Hey, join me as I take on the challenge of helping you discover God's presence in your life today. As we navigate the ups and downs of everyday life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, lost, or even disconnected. But what if I told you there's a way to tap into to a sense of peace, guidance, and comfort that's always available to you? It starts with recognizing and embracing God's presence in your life. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? Feeling empty or unfulfilled? Maybe like something's missing? Well, you're not alone. Many of us struggle to find meaning and purpose. And it can be tough to shake off, the feeling of loneliness or disconnection, even when you're surrounded by people. Sometimes we can't help but wonder if God is even listening, or if He's still present in our lives. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of our daily routines and forget to prioritize a spiritual growth. But the truth is, God's presence is always available to us, waiting to be discovered and experienced. See, the challenge is recognizing His presence, because it can be tricky, especially when we're stuck in our own thoughts, our own worries, and our doubts. It's like trying to find a stillness in the midst of a chaotic storm. But what if I told you there are ways to quiet the noise, to tune in and discover God's presence in the midst of all of it? One way to experience God's presence is through prayer. It's not just about asking for things or listing off our worries. It's about taking a moment to connect with our Creator, to listen, to breathe, and to be still. When we pray, we open ourselves up to receive guidance, comfort, and wisdom. Nature is another way to connect with God's presence. Have you ever taken a walk outside and felt a sense of awe or wonder at the beauty that's all around you? Well, that's God's presence, whispering to your soul and reminding you of His majesty and His power. Spend time in nature, and you'll start to notice the intricate details, the patterns, and the rhythms that reflect God's character. And then there's community. Being part of a community of believers can be a powerful way to experience God's presence. When we gather together, share our stories, and support one another, we start to feel a sense of belonging and connection that can only come from being part of something much bigger than ourselves. I remember a time when I felt so lost and disconnected. I was just going through a tough season, and I couldn't seem to shake off the feeling of loneliness. But one day, I took a step of faith and I reached out to a friend who was going through a similar struggle. We met up, we shared our hearts, and we prayed together. And in that moment, I felt God's presence, really like never before. It was a weight that had been lifted off my shoulders, and I was finally able to breathe again. Looking back, I realized that was a turning point for me. It showed me that God's presence isn't just some abstract concept. It's real, tangible, and it can transform your life. And I want that for you. I want you to experience the peace, comfort, and guidance that comes from knowing God's presence in your life. So today, I want to leave you with a challenge. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Are there areas where you're feeling disconnected or lost? Take a step of faith, reach out to someone, pray, or take a walk outside. Open yourself up to experiencing God's presence and watch how it can transform your life. If you're feeling brave, share with me in the comments below. Have you ever had a moment where you felt God's presence in a powerful way? Or what did it feel like? How did it change you? And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more content on spirituality and faith. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. God bless.